Gävle is a rather small city in central Sweden, but it has many ideas of green living, and the most visible ones are in public transportation. At first glance, these yellow buses operating within Gävle city seem to be of no big difference from the regular buses in public transportation in many other European countries. But actually, they radically reduce carbon dioxide emissions as they are run on biogas. This is the way how Gävle city minimizes the impact on climate change.
If we replace all the traditional fuel buses with biogas buses, that will be a better climate in the city.
In order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the city, 5 out of 50 buses are driven by biogas. Now they are among the main customers at the first gas filling station that was opened in Gävle in October 2010. When the city is asleep, buses are being refilled with biogas. It takes about 20 minutes to get a full tank, and then bus can go for another 400 kilometers. And it is enough for this bus to operate all day in Gävle, a city with almost 70,000 inhabitants. Even though filling up the gas tank here takes at least 5 times longer than tanking up a diesel bus, driving with biogas has important advantages.
More clean, and it's the buses don't get as dirty because they're not polluting. Because the buses themselves gets dirty when they're diesel, because the diesel goes up around the buses' sides, and so they're better in many ways.
These buses operate quietly, and they are run on energy that is produced from waste.
When you're self-sufficient of the gas, when you use it in your recycling stations and you get the gas from there, then it's yours. You're using your trash to run the buses.
Not only during the night is the filling station busy. Every now and then, here stops people to fill up their private cars. For example, Thomas has been using biogas for 2 years. For him, driving a car on renewable energy is a choice that has been made in favor of environment.
It's the best solution for the environment compared to other solutions. And it's also a little bit cheaper than petrol.
Thomas lives in Stockholm, and now, passing by Gävle, he's using the opportunity to fill up the gas tank as the next filling station is hundreds of kilometers away. As the distribution system of biogas within Sweden is not fully developed yet, it is crucial to have a car that switches over to petrol when it has run out of biogas.
We'll see who it is. Corinna?
Corinna Kullberg is a taxi driver at Gävle Taxi, the only company in the city that serves passengers using green energy. Now it has 49 cars in total, and 9 of them are fueled with biogas.
I think it's important that we all think about the environment and do the things we can do, because we all can do something for it. To try and taxi, of course, is going all the time, so of course it's important that the car is environmental friendly.
Today, biogas is the cleanest fuel available, and Corinna says that there is no difference when driving a biogas auto and a regular car. During 3 years of being a taxi driver, she has served thousands of passengers, many of whom taking by surprise.
A lot of people be surprised because they think the cars goes very quiet. When we say it's on gas, a lot of people be very surprised and say, "Oh, I've never been in a gas car before." So it's, but a lot of people say it's very good that we have this. If you drive very, very old people, some people remembers when there were gas cars during the war with these huge gas tanks in the back, you can only go 2 people in them and so on.
Nowadays, biogas vehicles are very similar to the ordinary ones. The problem today is distribution of this energy due to the high investment costs. Therefore, at the moment, Gävle is not producing biogas itself, but transporting it from other regions of Sweden. For now, biogas to Gävle comes mainly from Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, that has the world's largest fleet of ethanol buses. Today, 40% of buses in Stockholm are fueled by renewable energy, mainly ethanol and biogas. Moreover, the fact that trains and metro within the city are also run on green electricity generated by wind and water leads to the fact that almost 75% of all public transport service here is driven on green fuels.
There's a clear vision from the politicians that we must get more renewable fuels into the public transport system.
This vision has resulted with 60,000 tons of CO2 emission reduction in Stockholm last year. Moreover, the cost effectiveness of capital's green transportation is high, almost rivaling diesel, according to calculations made by the operator Stockholm Transport.
When we started this, there was quite a big difference between biogas and diesel. As the diesel price at that time was quite low, so running buses on biogas was at that time 20% more expensive. Today, approximately 5 to 8% is the difference.
The great use of renewable energy for public transport that is produced locally benefits Sweden with considerable independence from fossil fuel suppliers and makes it possible to reduce the costs in a long term.
For very many years, many generations from now, there will be, of course, reserves with fossil fuel, but not enough. So that means when supply and demand curves don't meet each other, the price will come up. That is the only thing we are very sure of.
Stockholm aims to stop using fossil fuels in public transportation completely by the year 2025. Then the entire bus fleet is planned to be environmentally friendly.